Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics. I'm going to show you a little restoration project for those who love the early Allegro, in this case a Series 1. This was registered in, I think I saw in the logbook that it was actually March 1975. Now the car has actually been pretty much stripped, ready for restoration, and I've got some interesting notes to share with you here. And I'm just going to have a walk around the car so you can see that from certainly a bodywork point of view. She's in pretty decent shape. Now, as a part of your restoration, you would probably look to repair stroke replace the front panel, which isn't the greatest. However, the wings, the doors, from what I can see of the sills, the rear wings, all look in pretty good order, as does the rear valance and boot lid. Let's have a look to see if there's anything to see here. Yes, there is. And we'd probably be looking to carry out a few repairs in the rear valance, or you would replace it. Now the car, as I say, is stripped, vinyl roof removed, and I really wouldn't like to say how many Series 1 1750 HLs exist. And here we can see the floor, which is generally pretty solid. That's the wiring loom pulled out there. Dash pod removed, as is obviously the interior, as is the headlining. Door cards all removed. Now, no prizes for guessing what's all in these bags. Actually a good interior. This gives you an idea of the black seats, and you can see, being the HL model, which was a pretty sporty number back in its day, if you look at some of the performance figures. And funnily enough, I've got a magazine from the period here which explains all about those. Door cards, front grille, in fact everything required to put this car back together, all nicely boxed up. You'll notice that the wheels and tyres, now they're often MGB. In fact, they've even got the MG decals in the middle, beauty rings, and the Ross style wheels painted black, and a quality matching set of new tyres from Firestone. This would be a crime not to put this car back together. I'm going to ask my glamorous assistant Rob to open the bonnet here so I can show you that the engine's still actually in situ. And very rare sight. You'll see those twin SU carbs on the back. That's your 1750cc engine, and you can see she's very solid in those inner wings. She sits very well. We're going to have a little look underneath this car in a minute when I raise it up, and you'll notice that there's new pipe work for the hydroelastic units. That's all been done. So I think this project was started and halted, and it's come to me because I'm pretty well known as loving an Allegro. I've always got a few of them knocking around, and there was no way that I couldn't assist in getting this car reunited with someone who's going to restore it. So I'm going to ask for this car to be put up into the air now, and let's have a look underneath. It's not a very fast ramp, and in fact while we're waiting, let's just have a little look over here in my workshop. And this is what the car was like when it was in one piece, next to the marina there. And actually, as you can see from the photographs, prior to it being stripped and taken to pieces, she was in pretty reasonable shape, very nice. But that's the thing with restorations, they always sort of take a dip backwards before they go forwards. And there's a nice bit of paperwork here. I've got a folder in my office, got a magazine from the era, and in here there's a review on the Allegro when it was new, and it tells you all about it, and it's in that lovely burnt orange colour. They're the period correct wheels for the car. That's it with a vinyl roof on. This isn't the actual car, but this is a pretty much identical model. So let's go back to the Allegro. That's now magically up in the air. And this is a very important way to buy a classic car from underneath. Now, I think you'll see this is where we've seen the holing in this rear valance, so a repair required here. There's your tank, there's your hydroelastic units, and you can see new brake pipes have been fitted, and you can see new pipes to the hydroelastic unit. This is an area which is on this rear jacking point, which could be better. I would suggest the repairs carried out here. And the same side, I'm seeing some holing which has been exposed in readiness for welding, I would say. A little bit of a hole down in the sill there, but by no means so far gone that she can't be put back on the road. Good floor pans through here, solid jacking points in the front. I move forward down the chassis, that appears to be in good order. I'm just looking up underneath the engine and onto the front suspension. So let me give you the long view this way under the car. Let me step back and down and give you the view here, and then I'm just going to show you through these sills. Pretty bright if I've got a lamp the other side here, but I'm hoping this gives you a little feel for what to expect underneath the car. So folks, that is a very rare car, a 1750 HL Series 1 Allegro from March 1975. It would be a total crime for the car not to be restored and put back on the road. Everything required to put the car back actually exists in a big pile over in the corner there that I've shown you. And I really do hope that my advertising finds somebody who's up for the job of putting this Allegro back together. Now, I do know that the gentleman who I got this vehicle from, who's a regular customer and a pal, I'm certainly may have access to some of the panels, and I believe I'm right in saying that this car was actually owned by somebody who is well known in Allegro circles as well. So yeah, possibility of tracking down one or two parts is never tricky if you're a member of the right club. They're particularly helpful and friendly in the Allegro clubs in the UK, I've got to tell you. So chances are you'll find everything you need, and the most important thing is that this old girl goes back on the road. So we've got the full paperwork with the car, lots of parts and everything required to put it back together. Well, that's Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out. Thanks folks.